predators. Alien to aliens, predators. Actually, should be Predator 3, but hey, what the fuck? Let's not continues that. Don't put them in. Let's not have a fucking status quo, as it were. But I saw this film. I rented it. I saw it twice, 3 times. Watched it 3 times, and I think 3. Yeah, 3. Yeah, and watched twice by myself, and once again with my mom and dad. And they enjoyed it. They thought it was a good throwback to 80s action, and but I think it's a good film. It's a really good story narrative. It really feels like it just popped out right of the pages of one of my friend Nick's comic books of Predator he has. Just the story in itself, it really feels like a mini-series, a one-shot kind of thing. The idea of all these kind of people in themselves on from Earth are all like convicts, predators from the mafia, who are people who are deadly in regular culture, who are kind of the warriors of our culture, all mashed into thrown on this preserved planet and pit against these 3 super predators. When you think super predators, you're like, what? They made up a new clan? Yeah, they did. And these super predators are quite different. They're slightly bigger, and they have this black kind of finish to their armor, and they're more brutal looking. They're not silvery and sleek and designed as regular predators should be, but they've done the design themselves are pretty neat, and yeah, the story itself is pretty good. It's different from other films. It really comes off quite outlandish, which I like to see in an action movie. This is action sci-fi, a gritty sci-fi, and what I really like, it's the most outlandish in the films. The first film was in the jungle in Guatemala, Central America. The second film is in L.A., And the third film takes place on an alien planet, And the background story about the planet is that these 3 predators were punished, and these predators were punished and thrown onto the planet because their ways, they have no real sense of honor. They'll kill you armed or not. They'll kill children. They're very overly brutal. They're different. They're savage. They're very unforgiving, as they were. They have no honor. And their design on their face is quite different. The regular Ayuja look to them, the Hish look, is that their heads are far more elongated, smoother, and they have bigger eyes and bigger mandibles, and they have they don't have hair on their eyebrows. They have these just normal ridges. Their heads are far more elongated and soft looking, and their mandibles are more muscular. They look far meaner, more intimidating, look more simplistic but yet brutal. The action is pretty good where it is. It's quite well paced. It's though I don't know why people who are the cinema snob, Brad Jones, call this as a remake, but it's not really. I don't want to say a rehash. I really don't want to, but it's in the jungle. They're all soldiers or soldier related and people who fought and stuff. They're in the jungle. They're running away from unseen enemy, and they really made the predator in this film. They didn't really show the whole kind of, translucent, transparent, invisible shade silhouette as they did in the other films a lot more. In here, it's a lot more subtle. He really is truly invisible in here. I think that adds more to the scariness factor, But the predator itself is not that scary. For me, anyway, I just find them truly fascinating. The aliens, they are scary because there's nothing to relate to. There's no human-like traits, a sentient-like traits to attach to, They're just basically big fucking insects that will kill you based on instinct. All the predators have human-like, as were to language, cultures, understanding, emotions, things like that, self-awareness, just things like that. That's why I find scary the the unknown. You know, this is just truly a fucking animal that wants to tear my throat out, while the predator is doing it just for sport, while the alien is just doing it based out of instincts, possibly hunger, and for its queen. Though in here it's done quite well. I like that. I like the designs. Quite nice. I just wish we saw more of the predators, you know, because they're not scary. They're just aesthetically nice to look at, you know. You know, just the designs are just really cool, and they do a lot of throwback to the old films. That like the recounts of what happened in 1987 in Guatemala with the jungle hunter, as it were, that first predator, and yeah. Nothing really else to say here. That the ending is it's a bit climactic and good. It's a nice twist to it. Great fight. And Adrian Brody, fuck, he is ripped. My God, I want him as Solid Snake. You know, fuck Christian Bale, that pansy who says I'll fucking chain myself in my trailer before they bring in Robin. Fuck off, go back to New Zealand or some other shithole you went to. But Adrian Brody, wow, he really comes off really cool. It's like, I want him as Solid Snake. Do it now. Adrian Brody, him or Doctor Strange. But I think he could pull off Solid Snake because he does a really good badass role who was in The Pianist, really artsy fartsy Nazi film, you know. In here they just fantastic how they did that. I think I can buy him totally a Solid Snake. He's awesome in this. He is ripped. And just his character was so nice. And the ending in itself is open-ended, you can say, maybe open-ended, and tad of a downer, but not that bad. The film itself, how it plays out, is quite predictable. Nothing wrong with that. It's still a fun ride to watch. Yeah. Nothing really else to say. Just go see it. Yeah. Bye.